What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on Destiny. And recently, in the last few days since the House of Wolves reveal, the hot topic in the Destiny community is the announcement that House of Wolves will not contain a traditional linear style raid that we've all come to know from Bungie inside of Destiny. Instead, it's coming with the Prison of Elders, which is described as a 3-player co-op arena, which, for all intents and purposes, pretty much sounds like a Horde mode style game mode. Now, the other day, I made a video with my argument that having a new game mode for endgame activities is more important than having another raid added into the game, and that I'd rather see Bungie polish the raids that are already in the game. Those you guys that have played Crota's End and Vault of Glass know that both raids still have their problems and need to be fixed. And I thought, I'd rather see Bungie polish those before they bring out a new raid. I thought that was a fair assessment. But it seems that a large portion of you motherfuckers misconstrued my words into saying that I'm happy that they're not putting in another raid. And that is 100% completely untrue horseshit. Now, being happy for a new game mode doesn't mean that I'm happy that there's not going to be a raid. I'm just happy that Bungie is prioritizing their work the way that they are. So, while we're all sitting back waiting for Bungie to release the House of Wolves, polish the Vault of Glass and Crota, then design a new raid experience for all of us, I'd like to take the time out to show you how I would design a raid for Destiny, which is something I like to do from time to time. I sit back and I theory craft new ideas for games, and maybe one day a developer will actually take me seriously on these videos and be like, hey, maybe we should talk to this guy. Maybe we should pick his brains. He might have some good ideas. Maybe it'll happen. But until then, I got you guys to sit around and listen to my cockamamie ideas. So, first off, before we design a raid, we have to look at the floor plan of the existing raids to see how they're designed. Now, once we get a good idea of how they're laid out, we can then begin constructing our own floor plan through our own raid without copying the same design from earlier, but still keeping it similar enough that those people that loved Vault of Glass and Crota will want to come back and play this raid, but you need to make it different enough, that way they'll want to play it outside of the raids they've already know. So, if you take a look at the progression paths through both of the existing raids already, you'll notice that they follow a similar layout. Now, I'm not saying they're the same, I'm saying they're similar. The Vault of Glass has an open area where you need to stand on the pads to enter the actual raid. Crota has the same thing. The next area in the Vault of Glass is a gauntlet of enemies, followed by the Templar boss. Next area of Crota's enemy is literally the Lamp Pit Gauntlet, followed by an ogre. Yeah, you get what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a point in these raids where if you strip away all the mechanics and you just look at the paths and areas that they're designed through, you'll realize that they have more than just a few things in common. But one of the common things that really concerns me inside of these raids is something that I talked about earlier, is their linear progression. Both raids have a clear-cut point A to point B, and I feel like that's something going into the future that Bungie can really actually get away from. And I want to share my ideas of how they can get away from this, but still keeping it actually, I guess, fun and challenging without being obnoxious. So, if I designed the raid first, one of the things I'd like to put an emphasis on is team composition. We've all seen the videos of Crota's End, and you get a bunch of titans that go in there, they pop their bubbles, there's orbs all over the place. Sword bearer grabs a sword, runs up, supercharges the shit out of Crota. He's done in like really fast. That's the type of shit I don't want to see inside of my raid. So, not only would it be wise to have 2 of each classes in my raid, it's actually downright necessary to enter my raid, since there's going to be 6 pads on the ground. 2 of them are going to be for warlocks, 2 of them are going to be for Titans, and 2 of them are going to be for Hunters. You want to open my raid? You're going to have 2 of each. Now, once inside, it's going to be your normal gauntlet of enemies like the Boulder Glass and Crota has. However, at the end, there are 2 paths. The raid splits. Now, each door, left path and right path, are locked, forcing the team to split up into 2 perfect fire teams. So one door is going to be 1 Warlock, 1 Titan, 1 Hunter pad. The other door is going to be the same. So you're going to have to split up into perfect team comp fire teams. Now, at that point, both fire teams are going to fight their own boss. Now, these bosses can only be damaged by elemental weaponry. Alright. Now, the trick is, the element that hurts these bosses randomly changes every 60 seconds. And if you want to know what element to shoot these bosses with, it's noted by colored fire behind the boss as a visual cue. The problem is, the color of fire behind the Fire Team A's boss will be the elemental damage of Fire Team B's boss weakness. So if Fire Team A's boss has blue fire behind him, that means they need to tell Fire Team B that they need to use arc damage, and it's up to Fire Team B to tell Fire Team A what element they should be using, denoted by the color of fire behind their boss. This not only promotes team composition, but teamwork as well. And then we get to the boss, who are literally mirror images of each other and must be fought using teamwork, because this is a Romeo and Juliet fight. Say what? Now, those of you guys that haven't played any MMOs or RPGs and you don't know what a Romeo and Juliet fight, this means that both fire teams have their own bosses, and both bosses need to be killed within 15 seconds of each other, and if you don't kill them within that time period, then one of the bosses that's went down will regen their health to 50%. However, the other boss that had more health that didn't go down stacks another 50% of health on top of his remaining health to keep their values in balance. So the teams need to work harder to drop their health accordingly, which, once again, since the teams can't see each other's boss, they're gonna need to rely on communication to get this done. Now, most likely, this is all just a waste of my time. I'm sitting here, Bungie will never actually see this and, you know, be like, oh man, this guy's got some good ideas. That's never gonna happen. But, you know what? I still got my pie in the sky. But, you know what they say? Imaginary pie is still better than no pie. Well, no, now that I think about it. Imaginary pie is worse than no pie, because at least with no pie, I didn't want any pie. Now that I have God damn it! Now that I have imaginary pie, I want a little bit of pie. Bungie! Oh, come give me a slice of your pie, baby. I want it. I want it bad. So, my name is Jay. MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. This is kind of how I would design a raid if I was given a shot to put something inside the game with my own personal touch on it. I thought it would be fun to have a raid that splits up the teams and forces you to work blind against each other. And who knows, maybe even the boss, if you wanna have it all fucked up and crazy, you're gonna have boss A have the health bar of boss B, and you have to have the teammates go back and forth. And no, that's just you gotta have the health bars to stay the same. You can't do that. But you can split up the fire team, and you can force them to kill the bosses tandemly within 15 seconds of, or else they revive. That's a pretty awesome fight. So, like I said, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.
Have you heard of the Black Garden? We've heard the legends.
The greatest threat to us all lies there, where these machines are born. Find the Black Garden. Rip out its heart. Only then will your traveler begin to heal.
Can you help us find it?
My path's my own. I can't.
If we're going to find the Black Garden, we need to see the Awoken.
Ah, yes. The Awoken. Out there wavering between the light and the dark. A side should always be taken, little light. Even if it's the wrong side. Too late returning. How many? Hold position, kill the engines, and don't let them find you.
So, how do we find the Awoken?
They live all the way out at the edge of the darkness. Last place the light touches. Can't we just stay here with the murderous robots?
No, little light.
Don't do that.
It's still funny. Over 6 months later, it's still fucking funny.